So, the Minecraft World Direct. It happened. It sure did happen. Let's talk about it because it did happen. So for those unaware, the Minecraft World Nintendo Direct has happened at 8 o'clock Central Time this morning because I live in that time zone, so obviously I will be doing that time zone. However, I'll be the first to say it was, and it's a Direct of all time. I don't think it needed to be a Direct, but I kind of expected it to recap some stuff, and it sure did. In fact, I'll go as far to say 55 to 60% of the Direct was recaps. But hey, we still got some new information. We got the fact that we do in fact have time trials. We have a VS mode, which you can just do like a classic versus mode. So it looks like Grand Prix, we're not having a classic Grand Prix mode, but we are having a classic versus mode. So you know what? We will take what we get. And time trials are still a thing. So Mr. Nicholas Mead is happy. And we got some look at some courses. Like, come on. We got some cool looks at courses, but we kind of already seen most of the courses that we named. There's some stuff they haven't named and they have shown in the trailer, but we got Mario Bros. Circuit. We've already seen Mario Bros. Circuit. Like, this is nothing new to us. We've seen it in the treehouse. I guess this also considers the fact that people haven't watched not everyone has watched the treehouse demo, so I guess that makes sense, right? But like Salty Speedway, for example, we've seen it before, but I don't think we've seen the full thing, so maybe that's new. We've this Direct as a whole, it showed very little new. It kind of just confirms stuff that we kind of figured would be in the game, which I'm not opposed to, honestly, confirming some stuff like time trials, but it was kind of a lackluster Direct, so that's kind of why I'm here today. We're kind of going over the Direct and just thinking about, or not thinking, but talking about it was underwhelming, okay? It was like underwhelming Direct. I just don't know how else to put it. I personally was not that much of a fan of it. I don't know what we were expecting, but I expected a little more new detail. I mean, come on. They hinted at Rainbow Road. They hinted at it. They didn't show it at all. They hinted at a Rainbow Road and just did not show anything with it. So that's fun. But we did get confirmation on like the alternate character skins are unlockables. We do have a battle mode, though I will be honest, I kind of wish it was a better battle mode like 8 Deluxe, because seemingly the battle mode is only balloon battle and coin runners again. We're going back down that rabbit hole, are we? We're going back to classic 1, the classic 2 battle modes, and I guess that's it. But I think overall, this was a fine Direct. I mean, we got confirmation that there is online, and you can do wireless play up to 8 players, I want to say, or 8 different switches. What Switch 2s technically. So, okay. I was going to stream this morning, by the way. I need to point this out, but I overslept. So it was like 7:30 before I woke up, and I was like, I don't have time to start a stream. So I ended up just watching it on my phone. It was okay. I'm kind of glad I did it now. But hey, it's fine. It's fine, right? I think this game is definitely going to be leaning towards the casuals. If more casual Mario Kart players, it definitely seems. Because based on what I'm seeing, there are some cool stuff. Like the fact you can jump by drifting straight and you can just jump. That's kind of a cool technique you can do. I like that. Maybe it might be a little too broken for red shells, but it's definitely interesting. And there are feather shortcuts they have revealed. You can definitely do some feather shortcuts. They've shown that later in the trailer, but yeah, I think this Direct was kind of a miss. I keep saying that, but like, it was fine, but it's kind of a miss. I don't know, I'm just kind of underwhelmed by the Direct. I don't know how else to say it. I know this video's kind of unorganized, but you know, so is most of my content, so you know, that's something. But the fact that we got new stuff, but they're kind of already stuff that we kind of expected to be in the game, I guess. We have some stuff that's brand new. Like, we got confirmation you can do Knockout Tour online, and there's a VR system seemingly, because the buttons that for each mode have 3,000 next to them, so presumably a VR system. So just saying this, VR system for knockout mode, kind of epic actually. And there's a couple things I'm intrigued by, like rewind, retro rewind reference, guys. No, you can rewind yourself, but other players will still be going forward, at least offline. It's interesting. I'm glad it's not an online feature. That'd be a painful online feature to have, because that would just mean if you miss a shortcut, you could just barely go right before the shortcut and redo it. That would be hell. And it'd still be faster probably than failing it. So I'm glad that's not online, because that would kind of remove the risk factor in a certain way. But overall, I mean, we kind of just got confirmed stuff that was expected. So I'm glad we at least got stuff like time trials to be confirmed. I was really nervous about some features not being confirmed at all. And we do have some of them being confirmed, and part of me's glad we got Rainbow Road hinted at only, but then haven't seen it. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I'm kind of glad we didn't get to see Rainbow Road yet, because Rainbow Road, it's one of those tracks where every Mario Kart has one. It's like Bowser Castle. Every Mario Kart has some form of Rainbow Road, and keeping it a surprise, I kind of like that. I kind of want to play it before I want to play it and see my live reaction to Mario Kart World's Rainbow Road, which they clearly hinted at earlier in the trailer. So there's definitely a Rainbow Road, or they're just gonna call it Rainbow Rod. I don't know. I do also want to talk about that this game is definitely like leaning more towards the casuals, kind of like Mario Kart 8, but I feel like it's even going more towards the casuals. But I think in more of a, I'm not a competitive player, right? I don't play any Mario Kart competitively, but I'd like to think I do know a thing or two about the game. And there are some techniques which I think would be interesting, but I don't know. I don't think this game is going to be the best competitive Mario Kart. But in terms of pure content, this game gotta be it, you know? I know it's still $80, and people in the chat on the stream were saying, drop please. You know, guys, you're talking to Nintendo, it's not happening. But if you don't want to support it, that's fair. I'm still buying the game day one if possible. I'm pre-ordering the Switch 2 if I can. It comes out 2 days before my birthday, so that's nice. I'll get some of my money back, hopefully. I'm turning 20 this year. I'm freaking old. But no, even the free roam stuff, we kind of got some more details. I like how, oh my, wait. That was item box rain. It's item rain, bro. Item rain. This game just taking everything. Did you guys see that? Item boxes were falling from the sky. I'm watching this. I didn't even notice that on my phone. This is freaking item rain. Okay, no, everything's saved. We got item rain, except as item boxes. But we have item rain. We won, Mr. Stark. But no, that's kind of all I have. I mean, we got just, I think it's a fine direct. I don't think it's a great direct. You can ride walls. That's pretty cool. But overall, I think it's a fine direct. They're definitely hiding some stuff, I think, from the game, like Rainbow Road, but obviously I feel like there's got to be more they're hiding. And yeah, that's kind of all I have. I guess we might see potential DLC in the future, though. That'd be pretty cool. Surprised they didn't say we're working on DLC. But I guess for Mario Kart 8, they also waited a few months before saying, oh yeah, DLC's happening. Did you guys know that? So that's a thing. But I'm talking about Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U. They said that for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they didn't do DLC until damn near 5 years later. So I guess, you know, whatever. But yeah, that's all I have. If you guys enjoyed this really unscripted and unorganized video, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Blue Sky, links in the description below, and peace out, gamers.